welcome to another video. It is Sunday, June 2nd. It is 12:30 p.m. right now. You guys saw my breakfast, and today I'm going to do a full day of eating. So I just pulled up to the gym. I'm going to hit legs with Melissa. We're both really busy during the week and kind of on our own schedule, so we train together on the weekends, and it's so much fun. So I am outside and we're going to hit some leggies, so I'll film that for you guys, and then the rest of the vlog is just going to be my food. So just so you guys know, as I'm sure you're aware already, I am bulking right now. So we finished up my cut about 3 weeks ago. Food is going up really, really fast just because that is how my body works, and we are trying to grow, right? We're not like slowly reversing. So macros today are 400 carbs, 80 fat, and 150 protein. So that is what I will be hitting today. My breakfast, you guys saw, I had French toast. It's just egg whites and egg, and I dip bread in that. And I just used 4 slices of bread. So that was like a pretty big meal. All my meals are, but that was the last thing I ate before I trained. And it's been a couple hours since then, so I like to just have like a big meal. But I slept in a little bit today, which was really nice, and I have a lot of work on the agenda today, but we're just gonna kind of go with the flow, get it done, enjoy this training session, not rush, and make some gains. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep this video mostly to food. I'll give you guys kind of a little update on my bulk. We'll see what we get into, but enjoy the workout.
Wish all the hashtags, likes, and tweets would find a way to get lost. Yeah, and when I pull up to the scene, I wonder what the hell is the cost. And yeah, I know you've never seen nothing like this before. Yeah, but this is different. You I deserve to find some self-comfort. So find a way to
Okay, dudes, we are home. I hope you enjoyed that workout. It was such a good one. You know those workouts where you just really like feel it? The mind-muscle connection was so good in my training, especially since having a lot more food. I've just been feeling so good and so strong. But it is like almost 3 o'clock, and that means it is well past time for my next meal. So that is what I'm going to make. My post-workout meal is one of my biggest meals always, very carb and protein focused. There is some fat in there. I don't know why a lot of people think you can't have like any fat post-workout. You can, you just don't want to be having like 30 grams of fat to the point where it slows down the breakdown of carbs and protein. Because you want to get that glycogen into your muscles, which comes from carbs, and you want protein synthesis to start happening, which happens obviously from consuming protein. So that's what I'm gonna make right now. Melissa and I have our first call with our challenge girls. So Mindset and Summer Sweat is the challenge that we just launched yesterday. So that is what my next few hours look like, but I'll show you guys my meal when it is done. While I'm waiting for my food, Rumi came in clutch. We take turns, but it has become a daily staple. So I get the diet limeade from Sonic. It has 2 carbs for this whole big ass large, and Melindy gets diet cherry limeade, which has 4 carbs, and they're both really, really good. This one's like a little bit less sweet, and that one's a little bit more sweet because it has like the juice from like, what are those, maraschino cherries? Maraschino. Yeah, that's why it has a little bit more carbs, but they're both so bomb. So oh yes, so nothing super new, but I just have a lot of jasmine rice. I think when I weighed it out, it was like 275 grams. It was like 85 grams dry, and then I have ground beef, and then on this side I just have some asparagus because micros, and then I have a whole egg. And so recently I've been using guac instead of like whole avocados. The only ingredients in here are avocado, vinegar, water, and pepper. But these little to-go packs are from Trader Joe's. So I just used half of one, and I saved the other half for later, but they're just these little like to-go packs. So that is what I have. Lots of carbs, some protons, some fats. It's gonna be a good time. And I'm gonna eat this, and I still have a lot more food, so stay tuned. I did also just want to say, like, obviously you guys have seen this meal probably when I was bulking before, very similar meals even when I was cutting, and the types of food I eat really don't change. And I think a lot of people are like, oh, you're bulking, like you eat like shit or whatever, and obviously to get a lot of my calories in, I do have to eat things that aren't like rice and sweet potato and whatever, otherwise I'll get super full. But I do stick to the same meals. I just eat things in different quantities. And so what I tell clients and people who ask is like, it doesn't need to be that crazy. Like, find meals that you enjoy and then just adjust the amounts of the stuff in them, right? And that's a big reason I do these bowls too, is like, no matter what my macros are, like I can make this work. Like use more or less rice, use more or less avocado, you know what I mean? Use different meat, like leaner meat or fattier meat. But it's really easy to like switch around, and it doesn't have to be that complicated, you know? Okay, it is 4:45 right now, and Melissa and I did our live in the Facebook group, and now I just have a lot of work to do. I have some new client programs to write, some to update, inquiries to get back to, stuff for the challenge to work on. So I'm honestly just gonna be working. I also really like to use Sundays just to like clean everything, get organized, plan out my week. This week's a really, really big week. Like there's so much going on. I need caffeine because I am like, so my jam recently, we're not having a Monster, I know, has been making cold brew. So this is cold brew concentrate from Trader Joe's, and I'm gonna show you guys how I make it. So I take half a cup of cold brew, and we're just using this cup, so pour it in there. Then you do half a cup of water, and that joins the party. And then I'm gonna do half a cup of almond milk. And then I just add some stevia. More stevia. Want it really sweet. And lots of ice. And you have a nice little tasty refresher. It's so good. And guys, it is strong. Like stronger than a Monster. And I'm actually gonna have a little baby snack right now just because I have room. And I'm taking advantage of that because I'm eating a lot of food, and wanting to eat is, it hasn't really been a thing. And snack round 2 will happen in a little bit, but I'm going to use some bread. This is a new one, guys. Have my little toast with smoked salmon on it, and this smoked salmon is from Costco, and it's really, really good. Macros for 2 ounces, which is what I have on here, are 3 fat, 0 carb, and 14 protein. I am just gonna have this and my cold brew and get to work. But I saw smoked salmon at Trader Joe's the other day, and I was like, wow, I love like lox or smoked salmon and cream cheese on like bread or bagel or whatever. So I picked it up, and it's a nice savory, healthy, it can be really macro friendly. You could use like rice cakes or something. I've done that sometimes. And I don't know, it was just time to switch it up. Time for some new snacks, you know? There's nothing like a good car wash on a Sunday, am I right? But it actually just hit me that I have a ton of guests in town this week and this coming weekend, and I wanted my car to be clean, and there was just an embarrassing amount of empty energy drink cans and Powerade bottles and whatnot, and it was just time for a car wash. But I did just want to chat a little bit because 1 year ago, exactly June 2nd of 2018 was when I started prep for my show last year. And it's really weird, obviously I'm kind of on the other end of the spectrum right now, like starting like full on growing and bulking right now. But one, it's just crazy how fast time flies. As much as I would love to prep right now, like mentally I'm all for it. I'm so excited to use this time to truly grow. And with this sport, like obviously I treat it as a sport, and I'm not someone who's just like, oh, I took time off, like whatever, it's been a year, time to jump into prep again, and hope that it's a different outcome or hope that I look better. Like, I don't want to start prep until I know that I'm bringing a totally different package, and I know I have a lot of tissue to put on, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. It's just something that's been on my mind, and whenever I go through a bulk or I post these like full days of eating while I'm growing, or I mention that I'm bulking and I'm eating a lot of food on Instagram, I without fail always get the comments of like, I wish I could eat as much as you and stay as lean, or how did you get your body to be able to eat so much? And guys, like, there is a such thing obviously as reverse dieting and getting your intake high, but everyone's metabolism has a threshold, right? And my metabolism is very adaptive. Like 2-3 weeks ago I was eating half as much fat as I am now and 250 less carbs, you know? And now here I am eating hella food, and like, this is just the beginning. I guess I just kind of want to share like the other side of things. So you guys know, like, I've been at this for a long time. I took almost 3 years before I even started prep to grow and to build. And when I finished my prep, I was like, I still have so much more muscle tissue that I need to put on. And as great as it can seem to be able to eat a lot of food and not put on a ton of weight, you have to realize, like, I'm not putting on a ton of body fat, but if my weight isn't going up, I'm also not putting on muscle mass, right? And I sit here on my side, like, I know we all struggle with comparison and stuff like that, and I see people who take a year off and look totally different, or I see people who have been lifting in total for a year or two instead of like 5, like me, and have solid base of muscle, or compete for their first time after lifting for a couple years and like get nationally qualified and get their pro card and whatnot. And I'm here like, I train fucking hard, I progressive overload, I lift heavy, I give my all when I'm in the gym, I eat a ton of food, like it's my job and it's not comfortable, right? I'm still here like very small. It's hard for me to progress, right? And we're all different, right? Some people, they can grow on not a lot of food and they can cut without making huge adjustments, right? I have to eat a shit ton to grow and really tank my calories and up my cardio to lean out. But I think a lot of times we get caught up in like the grass is always greener. Like, I totally understand it being like, wow, I wish I could eat that much, but there's so much outside of that. But my goal is to improve my physique, right? And if I'm not gaining weight, I'm not doing that, right? I'm not putting on muscle mass, and I have to take a shit ton of time because I'm not taking a ton of steroids and stuff like that. And I know that on my end, like when I do the whole comparison thing, obviously a lot of people do take drugs and that makes progress faster, but there are also people who can take like a year off, and that's like, oh my god, so much time off to make improvements. And for me, it just takes so much time. So you guys see this like lean girl who's eating a ton of food, and guys, I wish I could grow faster. Like, a big reason we did this cut recently was so I wouldn't have to eat so much to grow. And here we are, basically eating as much as I possibly can. Like, when I checked in this past week, my weight hadn't moved, and my coach was like, I literally just want to feed you as much as your body can handle without having your digestive system shut down. So we increase things 100 grams more of carbs and 20 grams more of fat. And literally I'm just playing it by ear. Like, can my body handle it? And frustrating, right? Like, when I cut to hopefully be able to grow and progress, and my body's like, now we just, like, my body literally just likes to chill where it is, no matter how much or how little I'm feeding it, and it's really, really frustrating. Anyways, I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys, and just know that, like, the people you follow, like, you don't know the whole story, right? Like, you don't know everything. You don't know, like, I don't know. I guess I just want you guys to know that, like, I struggle too, and it's not, like, all it's cracked out to be able to stay lean and eat a shit ton of food. Like, if I just wanted to chill and I was, like, eating intuitively like I was a few months ago, like, yeah, it was great. Like, I didn't have to worry too much about what I was eating or not eating or whatever, because if I eat a lot, my body just chills. If I eat a little, my body just chills, right? But when I'm trying to progress in this sport, it's hard. That's kind of that, and now I have to go home and eat and get on with the rest of my day. But I did just want to have that chat with you, just kind of at the start of this vlog, for you guys to know that, like, it's not always all rainbows and butterflies. Hope you guys enjoyed that rant. Let me know if it made sense. I'm just honestly kind of sick of people being like, you're genetically blessed, when it's kind of the opposite, you know? So, not saying, like, I have it the worst. I understand everyone has their own battles, but that is kind of one of mine. So, see you guys on the flip side. Okay, so next snackaroo cereal is back in the game. I have a serving of rice checks and then a serving of these peanut butter checks, which, bro, I found these at Vaughn's, which is the equivalent to, like, Kroger here. 12 out of 10. So good. If you can find them, get your hands on them. I'm a fan of all the Chex flavors, but I have that with almond milk, and then I just used like a quarter scoop of this vanilla protein, and then that caramel rice cake just did a face plant. But it's 2 caramel rice cakes with a tablespoon of this birthday cake almond butter from All American Butter, and then I have banana and cinnamon on there. So I'm going to eat these, and then I am so tired, so I'm just gonna plan out my week. We're gonna chill over there on the couch, and I'll show you guys that obviously I have more food. This is a full day of eating, so I'll show you guys those. Dinner, this is what we have. It looks super, super weird, but what I have is 275 grams of sweet potato, some chicken thigh, broccoli, cottage cheese, and tahini, and some coconut oil drizzled over all of it. So I'm just hardcore bumming it right now, but I thought I would show you. This is the chicken thigh that I use. It's just an easy way to get in more fat. So I just typically, as my fat gets higher, I switch to like fattier protein sources. So this is like 7 grams of fat for 4 ounces versus chicken breast, which has like, what, like 1 or 2 grams. And then I just had some pre-cooked sweet potato. I've showed you guys how I make these in the oven many times, but I just always have those prepped. So I have 275 grams of these. And then broccoli as a veggie. I just drizzled coconut oil. Coconut oil on sweet potatoes is like the best thing ever. And so is tahini on sweet potatoes. So this combo, tahini, coconut oil, sweet potato, must try. And then I just put cottage cheese on top, which I know it sounds weird, but I swear it's really good if you like cottage cheese. So that is that meal. And I still have more work to do watching the 100 over there. And I will show you guys my last meal. So it is time for my last meal before bed. Melissa is already in bed, which is why I am whispering, but I'm just going to make my protein pancakes. But I've showed you guys how I make my protein pancakes a million times, and I just use a normal pancake mix. Right now I have this one, but I'll really use any gluten-free pancake mix. I'm putting like a quarter scoop of protein powder, and then use a whole egg. And the pancake mix, the protein powder, you can use in whatever quantities you want that work for you and your macros. Again, it's something I eat like all the time, whatever my macros are. So right now I'll just be using like a lot of pancake mix, you know? So I'll show you guys when they're done. So this is the final. I just topped them with the white chocolate pretzel peanut butter from All American Butter, and then a banana and some sugar-free syrup. But guys, I have to show you, like, if you have not seen this All American Butter, it legit has like chunks of pretzel and white chocolate in it. It is insane. And with that, I am going to eat my pancakes. So good. And then I'm gonna get in bed. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this full day of eating. I feel like it's been a while since I've done like a full-on bulk mode Lexi full day of eating. And I know that these are low-key y'all's favorite, but I'm excited to take you guys along this growing phase with me. I honestly just love YouTube because I feel like it allows me to share so much more than like Instagram or any other platform, you know? I get to just like be me, floor bed bum self. And for those of you who have stuck around and who have been here since the beginning, I can't even tell you how much I appreciate you. And for those of you guys who are new, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. But as always, let me know what videos you guys want to see. Comment, share, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next one.